Hi guys, welcome back and thank you so much for joining me. How are you all? I hope you're all well. In today's video, I'm making chicken Alfredo pasta with my spicy white sauce. So the first thing I'm going to do is make the sauce. On medium heat or flame, I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of salted butter and melt the butter, stirring at the same time because I don't want it to burn. After the butter has melted, I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of plain flour and I'm going to mix them both together until they have cooked and the flour has cooked through and the rawness from the flour has gone. So I'm just going to keep on doing that, stirring all the while and using the back of my spoon to break any lumps that might be forming. And this is still on medium heat and I'm going to cook this on medium heat throughout. So after about a couple of minutes, now that the flour has cooked through, I'm going to add 2 cups of milk to this, stirring all the time. I just like to say, guys, please go to the description box for the full list of ingredients I will be using today, because I have a very bad memory and I will probably forget to mention all of the ingredients I'm using. So please refer to the description box for the full recipe and full ingredients. Here I am adding 1 teaspoon of crushed black pepper and 1 teaspoon of red chili flakes, because this is a spicy white sauce recipe, but you could always leave the chili flakes out if you don't want it to be spicy. And then I'm adding half a teaspoon of nutmeg powder. This is a very strong ingredient, so I never use more than a half to 1 teaspoon of this, but I must mention that it's a must for this recipe. The smell is just amazing and the flavor tastes incredible. I never make my white sauce without it. Also, you may have noticed that I haven't added any salt yet. That's because I used salted butter already, and I'm going to add cheddar cheese too in a minute, which is quite salty. That's really enough saltiness for us. But if you like to add salt, I would recommend half to 1 teaspoon of salt if you prefer it to be salty. But for us, this was perfect. As you can see here, adding the cheese has made the sauce thick already and the color has become light golden, which looks absolutely amazing. This is now ready because the more you cook this sauce, the thicker it will get. But this is the right consistency for us. Also, I like to mention that the sauce does thicken up while it sits. So you can always add some more milk to it to bring it to the right consistency you like. For me, this is all I need. Also, if you do get any lumps, I would suggest using a hand whisk just to break them up. This always helps me in achieving the perfect, smooth and creamy white sauce. So now that the sauce is ready, I'm going to slice and cut up 400 grams of boneless chicken into small pieces. You can cut the chicken up in any size you like, but bite size is probably the best. So guys, I just wanted to say I hope you enjoyed today's video and recipe. If you do, please consider subscribing if you haven't already to my channel. It would mean a lot to me and I would be very grateful for all of your support. Now on medium to high heat, I'm going to fry the chicken. I've added a tablespoon or so of oil, enough to cover the bottom only of my pan, and I'm just going to give it a swirl to make sure it's all covered and wait for it to warm up. And then I'm going to add the chicken and keep it moving to prevent it from sticking. This recipe is one of our favorites. It's absolutely delicious and not difficult to make at all. It's quite straightforward and quite easy. You need to make it and try for yourself. I'm sure you guys will love it. Next, I'm going to add half a teaspoon of salt and a half a teaspoon of black pepper and mix it all together, making sure all the chicken is covered. And I'm going to continue cooking this until the water has dried up and it has changed color from white to golden brown, which will take another few more minutes. The flame is still on medium to high, and I'm going to leave it at that temperature throughout. After a few minutes, you can see that all the water has dried up and the chicken is now a lovely golden brown color. So this is now ready. I don't need to cook it any further. So now to the last step is to make the pasta. So I'm going to use 10 cups of boiling water. I just use the boiling water from the kettle. It makes the process that much faster. And to it, I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of salt, a couple of tablespoons of oil, and give that a quick stir. So to the boiling water, I'm going to add 250 grams of penne pasta and give it another mix. And I'm going to boil this on high flame until the pasta is done. You can always follow the instructions on the packet. After a few minutes, I'm just going to move it around because sometimes the pasta sticks to the bottom. So I'm just going to make sure that they're all nice and separate and they're not sticking together or sticking to the bottom of the pan. and after about 10 minutes I'm going to check the pasta with a knife. If it cuts easily, that means the pasta is soft enough and it's ready and done. I'm going to strain the pasta now in cold water. This prevents it from sticking together. So now it's time to put everything together. So on medium flame, I'm going to warm up the chicken, and I'm using the same pan as I want to keep all of the flavor and juices from the chicken into the sauce. And then I'm going to add the white sauce and just mix it all in. Next I'm adding the pasta, and I'm going to break it up, making sure that it's all covered in the sauce. Then this is ready now. All we have to do is dish it out and serve nice and hot. So that's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed today's video and recipe, and I'd like to remind you, if you already haven't done so, please subscribe to my channel. I'd be very grateful for all of your support, and please take care of yourselves, and I'll see you all next time. Bye guys.